Aliens attack. It was a normal day on Earth. People went to work, kids played in parks, and life was good. No one knew that everything was about to change. High up in the sky, something strange happened. Big dark shapes appeared out of nowhere. They were huge alien ships, bigger than any building on Earth. These ships were not friendly. At first, people thought the ships were a joke or a movie trick. But then, the aliens started to attack. Bright beams of light shot down from the ships. When these beams hit buildings, the buildings exploded. Cars, trees, and roads were destroyed. The aliens were very strong, and their weapons were much better than anything on Earth. In New York, people ran away as the tall buildings fell down. In Tokyo, the streets filled with scared people trying to find a safe place. Even in small towns, no one was safe from the alien attack. The Earth's armies tried to fight back. They sent planes to shoot at the alien ships, but the alien ships had special shields. The planes' bullets and missiles didn't work. Many brave pilots lost their lives trying to stop the aliens. On the ground, tanks and soldiers shot at the alien ships too, but their weapons were too weak. It was like throwing small rocks at a big metal wall. Nothing worked. TV and radio stations tried to tell people what was happening, but many of them were destroyed by the aliens. People couldn't get much news. They didn't know what was going on in other parts of the world. Some people tried to use their phones to call for help or check on their families, but the alien ships did something to make phones stop working. This made people feel even more alone and scared. As night fell, the cities that were once bright with lights now burned with fires. Smoke filled the air, making it hard to breathe. The sounds of explosions and screams echoed everywhere. Many people tried to leave the cities. Roads were full of cars, all trying to go somewhere safe, but there was nowhere safe to go. The aliens were attacking everywhere. In some places, people went underground. They hid in subways, basements, and old bunkers. They hoped the aliens wouldn't find them there. World leaders tried to talk to the aliens. They sent messages asking for peace, but the aliens didn't answer. They just kept attacking. Scientists worked hard to find a way to stop the aliens. They looked at pieces of destroyed alien ships, trying to learn their secrets. But everything was so different from Earth technology, it was hard to understand. As the first day of the attack ended, things looked bad for Earth. Many cities were destroyed. Millions of people were hurt or had lost their homes. The world's strongest armies couldn't stop the aliens, but humans didn't give up. In hidden places, people started to make plans. They thought of new ways to fight back. Humans were scared, but they were also brave and clever. Some people remembered old stories about aliens. They wondered if any of those stories were true. Maybe there were secrets from the past that could help. Others looked for weaknesses in the alien attacks. They noticed that sometimes the alien ships had to stop shooting for a short time. Maybe this was a clue to how to beat them. Around the world, people helped each other. They shared food and water. They took care of those who were hurt. Even in this dark time, the best parts of human nature showed up. As the night got darker, people wondered what would happen next. Would the aliens destroy everything? Or would humans find a way to win? No one knew the answers. But one thing was sure, this was just the beginning. The war between humans and aliens had started, and it would change everything forever. The next morning, the sun rose over a very different Earth. Broken buildings and burnt cars were everywhere. But as the light spread, something else spread too: hope. Humans had survived the first day. They were hurt and scared, but they were still alive. And as long as they were alive, they had a chance to fight back. In secret labs and hidden rooms, humans started to work together. They shared ideas and made plans. They knew that to beat the aliens, they would need to be smarter and braver than ever before. The aliens thought they had won. They thought humans would be easy to beat, but they were wrong. Humans were stronger than the aliens knew. As the second day of the attack began, humans were ready to show the aliens what they could do. The fight for Earth was just starting, and humans were not going to give up. Humans get help. The war against the aliens had been going on for weeks. Earth was in bad shape. Many cities were destroyed. People were scared and hungry. It seemed like the aliens would win soon. But then, something strange happened. One night, in a secret military base, alarms went off. Soldiers ran to see what was happening. They thought more bad aliens were coming. But they were wrong. A small spaceship landed near the base. It wasn't like the big, scary ships of the bad aliens. This one was smaller and looked friendlier. The ship's door opened slowly. Everyone held their breath. What would come out? To everyone's surprise, aliens came out of the ship. But these aliens looked different from the ones attacking Earth. They were smaller, with big eyes and blue skin. The new aliens held up their hands to show they came in peace. One of them spoke in perfect English. "We are here to help." At first, the humans didn't believe them. After all the bad things that had happened, it was hard to trust any aliens. But the blue aliens explained quickly. They said they were part of something called the Galactic Council. This was a big group of different alien species who worked together to keep peace in space. The blue aliens told the humans about a big war happening in space. The bad aliens attacking Earth were also attacking other planets. Many alien species were fighting against them. The humans were surprised. They didn't know there was so much life in space. They didn't know Earth was part of a bigger fight. The blue aliens had a request. They needed Earth's help to win the war. They said humans had special skills that could change everything. At first, this seemed crazy to the humans. How could they help? Earth's best weapons couldn't even scratch the bad alien ships. But the blue aliens explained more. They said humans were different from other species. Humans could think in ways that surprised everyone. Humans were good at coming up with new ideas quickly. The blue aliens showed the humans some of their technology. They had ray guns, force fields, and ships that could travel faster than light. It was like magic to the humans. The aliens said they would share this technology with humans. They would teach humans how to use it. In return, they wanted humans to join the fight against the bad aliens. The human leaders had a big decision to make. Should they trust these new aliens? Was this their chance to save Earth? They talked for hours. Some people thought it was a trick. Others said it was their only hope. Finally, they decided to take the chance. Earth would join the Galactic Council and fight in the space war. Things started to happen fast after that. The blue aliens brought more ships to Earth. They started teaching humans about space technology. Humans learned how to use ray guns and fly spaceships. It wasn't easy. Many people crashed the ships at first, but humans kept trying and got better quickly. The blue aliens were surprised at how fast humans learned. They said it usually took other species years to learn these things. Humans were doing it in weeks. While this was happening, the bad aliens kept attacking Earth. But now, things were different. Humans had new weapons to fight back with. In a big battle over New York, human pilots flew alien ships for the first time. They surprised the bad aliens. The human ships flew in ways the bad aliens didn't expect. For the first time since the war started, the bad aliens had to run away. Humans had won their first battle. News of the victory spread around the world. People started to feel hope again. Maybe they could win this war after all. The blue aliens were excited too. They said humans were even better fighters than they hoped. They started making big plans for how humans could help in space. But not everything was easy. Some humans didn't trust the blue aliens. They said it was another trick. There were arguments and fights in some places. The human leaders had to work hard to keep everyone together. They reminded people that this was their chance to save Earth and do something big. As weeks passed, more and more humans joined the fight. They trained hard and got ready for space battles. The blue aliens brought big ships to take humans to other planets. It was time for humans to leave Earth and join the bigger war. As the ships got ready to leave, people felt excited and scared. No human had ever left the solar system before. They didn't know what they would find out there. But they knew one thing. They had a chance to make a difference. Humans were going to show the galaxy what they could do. As the ships took off, carrying the first human space fighters, everyone watching felt proud. Earth wasn't alone anymore. They were part of something bigger. The war was far from over. There would be hard battles ahead. But now, humans had hope. They had friends from the stars. And they were ready to fight for their place in the galaxy. Humans go to space. The big day had finally come. Humans were ready to leave Earth and fight in space. Thousands of people watched as the first human space fleet took off. The ships were huge and shiny, nothing like the old rockets humans used before. As the ships flew up, many people cried. They were proud but also scared. No one knew what would happen next. Inside the ships, human soldiers looked out the windows. They saw Earth get smaller and smaller. Soon, it was just a blue ball in the dark sky. Many of them felt homesick already. The blue aliens were there too. They taught the humans how to use the ship's controls. Everything was new and strange. There were buttons that could change gravity, and screens that showed things humans couldn't even name. The trip to the war zone was long. It took many days. During this time, the humans trained hard. They learned how to use space guns and how to fight in zero gravity. It wasn't easy. Many people got sick at first. But humans are good at learning new things. Soon, they were floating around the ships like they had done it all their lives. The blue aliens were amazed at how fast humans learned. Finally, they arrived at the war zone. It was near a planet that looked like a big red ball. The humans were excited to see their first alien planet. But there was no time to enjoy the view. As soon as they arrived, alarms started ringing. The bad aliens had seen them and were attacking. The human ships spread out, just like they had practiced. The blue aliens gave orders, but let the humans fight their own way. At first, things were chaos. The human pilots weren't used to fighting in space. They bumped into each other and missed their targets. The bad aliens were winning. But then something amazing happened. A young human pilot named Sarah had an idea. She noticed that the bad aliens always attacked in the same pattern. She thought of a way to trick them. Sarah told her plan to the other pilots. It was risky, but they decided to try it. They pretended to retreat, but it was a trap. When the bad aliens followed, the human ships suddenly turned around and attacked from all sides. The bad aliens were surprised. They didn't expect humans to think of such a tricky plan. Many of their ships were destroyed. For the first time, the humans had won a big space battle. Everyone cheered. The blue aliens couldn't believe what they had seen. They said the humans fought in ways they had never seen before. After the battle, the humans had time to rest. They floated in their ships, looking out at the stars. Everything felt different now. They weren't just people from Earth anymore. They were space warriors. The blue aliens brought the humans to their main base. It was a huge space station that looked like a shiny wheel in space. Humans had never seen anything like it. Inside the station, there were aliens of all kinds. Some looked like giant insects, others like walking plants. At first, the humans were shocked. But soon, they started to make friends with the aliens. The aliens were curious about humans too. They asked many questions about Earth. They were surprised to learn about things like music, sports, and human food. One day, a group of human soldiers were eating in the space station's cafeteria. They were trying alien food, making funny faces at the strange tastes. A group of friendly aliens sat with them and asked to try human food. The humans shared their packaged meals from Earth. The aliens were amazed by simple things like sandwiches and cookies. Soon, the cafeteria was full of laughter as humans and aliens traded foods and stories. But it wasn't all fun. The war was still going on, and it was tough. In the next battle, things didn't go as well. The bad aliens had learned from their mistakes. They fought harder and smarter. Many human ships were damaged. Some brave pilots died. For the first time, the humans realized how dangerous this war really was. It wasn't a game or an adventure anymore. It was real, and it was scary. The humans had to learn fast. They studied the bad alien ships, looking for weaknesses. They practiced new flying moves every day. Everyone worked together, trying to come up with better plans. One night, a human engineer named Mike couldn't sleep. He kept thinking about the alien technology. Suddenly, he had an idea. He ran to the ship's lab and started working. Mike mixed human technology with alien technology in a new way. He created a new kind of weapon, one that could go through the bad alien shields. When Mike showed his invention to the blue aliens, they were shocked. They said it was impossible. But when they tested it, it worked perfectly. Suddenly, the humans had a secret weapon. They started winning more battles. The bad aliens didn't know what was happening. They couldn't understand how humans were beating their best technology. News of the human victories spread across the galaxy. Other alien species started to take notice. They wanted to meet these strange humans who could do impossible things. As the battles went on, humans started to feel more confident. They weren't scared of space anymore. They started to see the galaxy as their new home. But the war was far from over. The bad aliens were angry now. They were planning something big, something that would test the humans like never before. As the human fleet prepared for their next mission, everyone felt excited and nervous. They had come so far from their first day in space. Now, they were real space heroes. The galaxy was watching. The next battle would show everyone what humans could really do. The fate of Earth, and maybe the whole galaxy, was in their hands. Earth fights back. While humans were fighting in space, things on Earth were changing. People were tired of hiding and being scared. They wanted to fight back. All over the world, humans started to work together in new ways. Scientists, soldiers, and regular people joined forces. They had one goal: to push the bad aliens off Earth. In a secret lab under the ruins of New York, Dr. Emily Chen had an idea. She looked at the pieces of alien technology left from crashed ships. Day and night, she worked to understand how they worked. One day, Emily jumped up from her desk, shouting with joy. She had cracked the code of alien communications. Now humans could listen to what the bad aliens were saying. This was a big change. Before, humans didn't know where the aliens would attack next. Now they could prepare and set traps. In Brazil, a group of farmers and soldiers worked on a crazy plan. They dug huge trenches and filled them with a special mud. When alien ships flew low to attack, they got stuck in the mud. The aliens' powerful engines couldn't get them out. People cheered as they watched alien ships struggle in the mud. For the first time, humans had found a simple way to stop the high-tech aliens. In Japan, a team of video game designers had a different idea. They built huge robots, just like in their games. These robots were tall as buildings and strong as tanks. They could fight the alien ships on the ground. The first time the robots fought, everyone held their breath. Would they work? To everyone's surprise, they did. The robots punched alien ships out of the sky. The aliens didn't know how to fight something so big on the ground. News of these victories spread around the world. People started to feel hope again. They realized that they could fight back, even with simple things. In Africa, people used old hunting tricks to confuse the aliens. They made fake villages that looked real from the sky. When aliens attacked these villages, they wasted their weapons on empty huts. Meanwhile, the real villages were safe underground. The aliens flew away, thinking they had destroyed a target. But the people came out of hiding, laughing at how they had tricked the aliens. Even kids found ways to help. In a small town in Canada, a group of teenagers noticed something strange. The alien ships made a funny noise just before they attacked. The teens recorded this noise and played it back loudly. This confused the alien ships. They thought other alien ships were nearby and flew away. The town was saved by a bunch of kids with good ears and some speakers. As humans got better at fighting, the bad aliens got angrier. They started to make mistakes. Sometimes their ships crashed into each other because they were in such a hurry to attack. But the biggest change came from space. The humans fighting up there sent a message to Earth. They had learned how to make the aliens' weapons work. Now they could teach people on Earth. Special teachers came from space to show humans how to use alien guns. These guns were strong enough to hurt the big alien ships. Suddenly, every city had a way to shoot back at the aliens. The first time London shot down an alien ship with its new guns, the whole city celebrated. Other cities quickly did the same. The aliens were shocked. They didn't expect humans on the ground to have such strong weapons. The aliens started to avoid cities with these big guns. They had to change their plans. This gave humans on Earth more time to prepare and get stronger. But it wasn't all easy. The aliens still had very strong weapons. They could still destroy cities if they really wanted to. The war was far from over. One day, the aliens did something new. They sent a message to all TVs and phones on Earth. Everyone could see an alien face on their screens. The alien looked angry. The alien said that humans should give up. It said that if humans didn't stop fighting, the aliens would destroy the whole planet. They would use a super weapon that could blow up Earth. For a moment, everyone was scared. Should they give up? Was fighting back the wrong choice? But then, something amazing happened. All over the world, people went out into the streets. They weren't hiding anymore. They shouted that they wouldn't give up. Earth was their home, and they would protect it. The aliens were surprised. They thought their message would scare humans. Instead, it made humans braver and more united. In response, humans sent their own message to the aliens. They used the communication code that Dr. Chen had cracked. The message was simple. We will never surrender. Earth fights back. This message wasn't just sent by world leaders. Regular people added their voices too. The aliens received millions of messages, all saying the same thing. Humans would not give up. The aliens didn't know what to do. They had never met a species that fought so hard. For the first time, the aliens started to think that maybe they had made a mistake in attacking Earth. As the sun set on another day of war, people on Earth felt different. They weren't just survivors anymore. They were fighters. They had found their strength, their clever ideas, and their courage. The war was not over. Hard times were still ahead. But now, Earth was really fighting back. And the aliens were starting to worry. The big attack on Earth. The aliens were angry. Humans had fought back harder than they expected. Now, the aliens decided to do something big. They would attack Earth with everything they had. One quiet morning, people all over Earth saw a scary sight. The sky was full of alien ships. There were more ships than anyone had ever seen before. It looked like the stars had come down to attack Earth. Alarms went off in every city. People ran to shelters. Soldiers got ready to fight. Everyone knew this was the big battle they had been waiting for. The alien ships didn't attack right away. They formed a big circle around Earth. It was like they were trying to scare humans by showing how many ships they had. But humans weren't going to just wait and see what happened. They had a plan. In a secret base under the ocean, General Maria Lopes gave orders to Earth's new space fleet. These were ships that humans had built using alien technology. They were Earth's secret weapon. "It's time," said General Lopes. "Let's show these aliens what Earth can do." Suddenly, doors opened on the ocean floor. Huge ships rose out of the water. The aliens were surprised. They didn't know humans had these ships. As Earth's ships flew up to space, the battle began. It was the biggest fight anyone had ever seen. Lights flashed across the sky. as ships from both sides fired at each other. On the ground, things were just as crazy. Giant robots fought alien machines in the streets of big cities. In the countryside, farmers used their mud traps to catch alien ships that flew too low. In New York, a brave group of pilots flew small, fast planes between the tall buildings. They tricked the alien ships into crashing into the buildings. It was dangerous, but it worked. Meanwhile, in space, the battle was fierce. Human ships were smaller, but they were faster. They flew in ways the aliens didn't expect. Many alien ships were destroyed. But the aliens had a secret plan too. They sent a group of ships to the far side of the moon. These ships had a powerful weapon. If they fired this weapon, it could destroy a whole continent on Earth. Luckily, humans had a hero. Captain Jane Chen was the best pilot in Earth's fleet. When she heard about the secret alien ships, she knew she had to stop them. Captain Chen took her fastest ship and flew to the moon. She had to fly through a field of asteroids to get there. It was very dangerous, but she made it. When she got to the moon, she saw the alien ships getting ready to fire their big weapon. She only had one chance to stop them. Captain Chen fired all her ship's weapons at once. It was a huge risk. Her ship could have exploded from using so much power, but her plan worked. The alien ships were destroyed just before they could fire their weapon. Back on Earth, the battle was still going on. It had been hours, and both sides were getting tired. But then, something amazing happened. Remember Dr. Emily Chen, who cracked the alien communication code? She had been working on something new. She found a way to send a special signal that could shut down alien ships. When the signal was sent, hundreds of alien ships suddenly stopped working. They floated in space, unable to move or fight. The human ships quickly captured them. The aliens were shocked. They had never lost so many ships so fast. For the first time, they started to think they might lose the war. But the alien leader was stubborn. He decided to do something desperate. He took his biggest ship and flew it straight at Earth. He wanted to crash into the planet and cause a huge disaster. People watched in horror as the massive ship came closer and closer. It looked like a giant, angry storm coming to destroy Earth. What could stop something so big? That's when the kids who discovered the alien sound trick had an idea. They played the recorded alien noise, but this time, they made it super loud. They used every speaker, radio, and phone on Earth to play the sound. The noise was so loud that it confused the alien ship's computers. The big ship started to turn away from Earth. It flew off course and missed the planet. As the alien leader's ship flew past Earth, unable to turn back, the other aliens started to retreat. They had lost too many ships. They were too confused by human tricks. It was time to give up. People all over Earth cheered as they watched the alien ships leave. After hours of fighting, the big attack was over. Earth had won. But the happiness didn't last long. Everyone knew the aliens might come back, and Earth was badly hurt from the fight. There was a lot of work to do. As the sun set on the day of the big battle, people came out of their shelters. They looked at their broken cities and the sky full of floating, broken ships. It was a strange sight. General Lopes made a speech to the world. "We won today," she said, "but our fight isn't over. We need to be ready for what comes next." People nodded as they heard her words. They were proud of what they had done. Earth had stood up to the biggest attack ever. But they knew this was just the beginning of a new chapter for Earth. As night fell, people started to clean up and rebuild. They looked at the stars and wondered what would happen next. Earth had changed forever. Now, it was part of something much bigger than before. The final battle. After the big attack on Earth, things changed. Humans weren't just defending anymore. Now, they wanted to end the war for good. The leaders of Earth met with their alien friends from the Galactic Council. They made a plan for one last, big fight. This would be the final battle against the bad aliens. Scientists found out where the bad aliens came from. It was a planet far away in space. This planet was where the alien leaders lived. If humans could beat them there, the war would be over. But getting to this planet wasn't easy. It was very far away. The journey would be long and dangerous. Earth's best ships and bravest people got ready for the trip. They knew they might not come back, but they were ready to try to save Earth and the galaxy. Captain Jane Chen, the hero who saved Earth at the moon, was chosen to lead the mission. She picked the best pilots, soldiers, and scientists to go with her. The day the ships left Earth was both sad and exciting. Millions of people watched as the fleet took off. The ships looked like shooting stars as they flew away. The journey took many weeks. The fleet had to fly through dangerous parts of space. They saw amazing things, stars being born, giant space storms, and strange alien worlds. But they also faced many dangers. Once, they had to fly through a field of asteroids. The rocks were as big as mountains and flew around fast. The pilots had to be very careful. Another time, they were attacked by space pirates. These were aliens who didn't care about the war. They just wanted to steal things. But Earth's ships were too strong and fast for the pirates. Finally, after a long journey, they reached the bad aliens' home planet. It was big and dark, surrounded by thousands of ships. Captain Chen knew they couldn't win in a normal fight. There were too many enemy ships. They needed a clever plan. That's when Dr. Emily Chen, no relation to the captain, had an idea. She had studied the aliens' technology for a long time. She found out that all their ships and weapons were controlled from one place on the planet. If they could destroy this control center, all the alien ships would stop working. But getting to it would be very hard. Captain Chen came up with a brave plan. Most of the fleet would attack the alien ships. While the aliens were busy fighting, a small team would sneak down to the planet. This team would find the control center and destroy it. It was dangerous, but it was their only chance. The final battle began. Earth's ships flew at the aliens, weapons firing. The sky lit up with explosions. It looked like a giant fireworks show, but much scarier. While everyone was looking at the big fight in space, a small ship quietly flew down to the planet. Inside were Captain Chen, Dr. Chen, and a team of brave soldiers. They landed in a dark, quiet place. The planet was strange. The ground felt soft, and the air was thick. They had to wear special suits to breathe. The team moved carefully, hiding from alien guards. Dr. Chen used a special device to find the control center. It was inside a huge building that looked like a black pyramid. Getting inside wasn't easy. The doors were locked with alien technology. But Dr. Chen was clever. She used her knowledge of alien codes to open them. Inside the pyramid, they found something surprising. The aliens weren't as united as they thought. Some aliens were arguing with each other. They didn't all agree about the war. Captain Chen had an idea. She used a translator to talk to the aliens. She told them about how Earth wanted peace, not war. Some of the aliens listened. But the alien leader was still angry. He didn't want to stop the war. He pushed a big red button that would send all his ships to attack Earth. Dr. Chen acted fast. She used her device to interfere with the signal. The ships didn't move. The alien leader was furious. He tried to fight Captain Chen, but years of training had made her strong and fast. She easily stopped him. With the alien leader captured, the other aliens agreed to stop fighting. Captain Chen sent a message to the fleet in space. The battle was over. As the Earth ships landed on the alien planet, something amazing happened. The aliens who disagreed with the war welcomed them as friends. They were tired of fighting too. Both humans and aliens started to talk. They shared stories and ideas. They found out they had a lot in common. Dr. Chen worked with alien scientists to shut down all the weapons. Captain Chen talked with alien leaders about making peace. Slowly, the planet that was once Earth's biggest enemy became a place of friendship. Humans and aliens started to work together to fix the damage from the war. The fleet sent a message back to Earth. "The war is over," it said. "We have made new friends." People on Earth cheered when they heard the news. After years of fear and fighting, peace had finally come. As the Earth ships got ready to fly home, they weren't alone. Many aliens decided to come with them. They wanted to visit Earth and learn more about humans. Captain Chen looked out the window of her ship. She saw Earth ships and alien ships flying together. It was a sight she never thought she'd see. The final battle was over, but it wasn't really an ending. It was the beginning of something new and exciting. Earth was now part of a bigger, more amazing galaxy. As they flew back to Earth, everyone knew that the biggest adventures were still to come. Humans saved the day. The war was over, but the story wasn't finished. As the Earth ships flew home with their new alien friends, they got a surprising message. It came from the Galactic Council, the big group of alien species that had helped Earth. The message said there was a new problem. A giant space storm was heading towards the busiest part of the galaxy. If it wasn't stopped, many planets would be destroyed. The Galactic Council had tried everything they knew. Their best scientists and strongest ships couldn't stop the storm. They needed help, and they were asking humans to try. At first, many humans were confused. They had just finished a big war. They were tired. But when they heard that millions of aliens might die, they knew they had to help. Captain Jane Chen, who had led the final battle, was asked to lead this mission too. She quickly gathered a team of Earth's smartest people. Dr. Emily Chen, still no relation to the captain, joined the team. So did Mike, the engineer who had mixed human and alien technology in new ways. They also invited some of their new alien friends who wanted to help. The team flew to where the storm was. When they saw it, everyone was shocked. It was huge, bigger than anything they had ever seen. It looked like a giant, angry cloud with flashes of light inside it. The alien scientists explained that the storm was made of strange space energy. It was so strong that it could tear planets apart. They had tried to destroy it and to push it away, but nothing worked. Dr. Chen studied the storm carefully. She noticed something interesting. The storm's energy looked a lot like the energy from the bad aliens' weapons. She wondered if there was a connection. Mike had an idea. He said, "What if we don't try to destroy the storm? What if we try to talk to it instead?" Everyone was confused. How could they talk to a storm? But Mike explained his plan. He said that the storm's energy was like a language. If they could understand this language, maybe they could change the storm's direction. It was a crazy idea, but they decided to try it. They didn't have any better plans. Mike and Dr. Chen worked day and night. They built a special machine that could send energy waves to the storm. These waves were like words in the storm's language. Finally, they were ready to try. Captain Chen flew the ship close to the storm. It was dangerous. The ship shook and alarms went off. But they had to get close for the plan to work. Dr. Chen turned on the machine. At first, nothing seemed to happen. The storm kept growing bigger. But then, something amazing happened. The storm started to change color. It went from angry red to calm blue. It stopped growing and started to shrink. Everyone cheered. The plan was working, but they weren't done yet. Mike adjusted the machine. Now, instead of just calming the storm, they wanted to move it. They sent new energy waves, like giving directions to the storm. Slowly, the storm started to move. It turned away from the planets it was going to destroy. Instead, it headed towards empty space where it couldn't hurt anyone. As the storm moved away, the team got a surprise. In the middle of the storm, they saw something strange. It looked like a ship, but not like any ship they had seen before. Captain Chen made a brave decision. She flew into the calm part of the storm to reach the strange ship. As they got closer, they realized it wasn't just one ship. It was many small ships stuck together. These ships were very old. The aliens on board looked confused and scared. It turned out These aliens had been trapped in the storm for thousands of years. Long ago, these aliens had been explorers. They had found a weird energy in space and tried to use it. But the energy had turned into the storm, trapping them inside. The storm had kept them alive all this time, but they couldn't escape. They were so happy to be free. The news spread quickly across the galaxy. Humans had not only stopped a dangerous storm, but had also saved a long-lost alien species. It was an amazing discovery. When the human team returned to Earth, they were greeted as big heroes. Aliens from all over the galaxy came to Earth to say thank you. There were parties and celebrations everywhere. The Galactic Council was so impressed that they invited Earth to join them. It was a big honor. Earth would now help make decisions that affected the whole galaxy. The aliens that humans had saved from the storm decided to live on Earth for a while. They wanted to learn about the species that had saved them. This made Earth an even more exciting place, with aliens from the ancient past and the present living together. Schools on Earth started teaching about other planets. Kids learned alien languages and about life on other worlds. Many humans signed up to be space explorers, excited to see the galaxy. Humans had changed from a species that didn't know about aliens to one of the most important species in the galaxy. They had shown that they were brave, clever, and kind. As the sun set on this exciting day, people looked up at the stars with new eyes. They didn't see distant, unknown lights anymore. Now they saw new places to visit and new friends to meet. The galaxy had changed forever, and humans had helped make it a better place. Their biggest adventure was just beginning.